Rosewood Fire Station, the perfect place for one to build a very fortified base. With an exterior fence and plenty space to store all your loot, it makes a great place to call home. To start off my journey, I had to spawn in the town of Rosewood. Day 1 of Fortifying Rosewood. Project Zomboid always begins with looting your starting house. Overall, the two main items I found while looting was a machete and a hammer. Finding a decent weapon this early on is very useful for clearing out the zombies around spawn. After looting another house, I stepped outside and found a zombie with a school bag on it. So, after clearing out the surrounding zombies, I went ahead and grabbed it. The next noteworthy items I found was a crowbar and a couple weapons. I'm only going to show you the important parts of each day, so you aren't watching hours and hours of footage. In the kitchen of one of the houses I looted, I found a can opener. Very useful for when it comes to food. Also, in the garage outside, I'm going to find a generator. I'll mark this point on the map so I can use it when the power eventually runs out. To my surprise, when opening up the garage next door with the crowbar I had found earlier, I was rewarded with another generator. After looting a couple more houses, I was bound to encounter some zombies. What I was not expecting, though, was a whole baseball team. Garages also seemed to be the place to loot, because in here I was able to find an axe, a great weapon, nails and tape for crafting, and a hiking bag. Hiking bags are one of the best bags in the game overall for looting. So far, day 1 of Project Zomboid has gone very smoothly. I hope that scared you as much as it did me, because I almost had a heart attack from that. Inside the house, I was able to find some leather gloves, which are great for protecting. They are the only gloves that offer protection, as well as a fanny pack, which is great for storing small items. Overall, it was a pretty good first day for fortifying Rosewood. Day 2 began with looting some houses. I found a generator in a shed, and spent most of the day fighting and clearing out the zombies in Rosewood. I did experience my first injury of the run when trying to fight this zombie. Luckily, I had a bottle of disinfectant and a bandage on me, so I was able to disinfect the wound as well as bandage it up so I would not get an infection. After prying open this garage, I was able to find a fire axe. The fire axe is one of the best weapons in the game, especially for damage output, and I was then able to use the axe to start clearing out the roads towards the fire station. After clearing the zombies out on the road, I then made my way towards the fire station. I then took some time to clear out zombies near the outside. After clearing out the zombies, I was finally able to step foot inside the Rosewood fire station. I then had to spend some time clearing out zombies on the inside to make sure it was safe before I went to bed. With still some time left in the day, I then went outside and started clearing out more of the zombies surrounding the fire station. You will notice that there is plenty of zombies surrounding the fire station. This is because it is a high valued location and they like to make it harder to get into. After clearing out all of the nearby zombies on the outside, I was then able to head inside and call it a day for day 2. Day 3 was mainly spent organizing and looking at what loot I had gained from the fire station. Key loot items include a sledgehammer, fire axe, lots of firefighter clothing, basic medical supplies, lots of building supplies, and every tool you could think you would need in Project Zomboid. Then I went outside to clear more zombies that had wandered back inside the fence. Because the fire station is on a main road, it results in lots of zombies wandering inside the fire station. Because of this, I'm looking to increase my defenses over the next couple of days to make sure that no zombies end up killing me in the middle of the night. I then took some time to clear out the zombie bodies that I had accumulated inside my base. This would end up taking me to the end of day 3. Day 4 began with heading outside and clearing more zombies that had wandered nearby. And then I went ahead and checked both cars that had spawned at the fire station. Car 1 had a fire axe, as well as the key inside of the car. When I tried to go and start the car, it did not have any gas in it, so to get it running, I would need to go get some gas from a different car. Car 2 also had the key in the ignition, but was also short on gas to start the car. When trying to wash my clothes inside the fire station, I had noticed that the water had already been shut off for this run. This is a big factor because the water can shut off from day 0 to day 30. So I had to now find a new way to get water without using the sinks. I spent the rest of day 4 dismantling every single wood item inside the fire station for planks and nails so I could fortify my base. I spent the morning of day 5 boarding up some of the windows around the base. After, I went outside and cleared some zombies. It was a good sign that so few had shown up, meaning that I had done a good job of clearing the surrounding area. I then made my way over to the nearby police station. I spent a lot of time clearing out the zombies around the outside of the police station, and then was able to make my way inside. My goal for looting the police station was to break into the armory and grab all of the basic loot that I could find. Inside the armory, I was able to find some basic ammo, pistols, shotguns, and all of the shotgun shells I could ever want. Inside the police station, there was also a water dispenser. This water dispenser would now be a great source for water now that the water had shut off. It has a total of 250 units of water, so I went ahead and placed it inside the base. I spent the rest of the day making a couple tables look pretty with guns on them. For day 6, I wanted to check out the couple of houses that I hadn't looted in this area. From the houses, I was only able to really get 2 items, a carpentry axe as well as a great weapon. For the rest of the day, I just spent some time catching up on some of the skill books that I hadn't read. Day 7, I spent most of the day cutting down trees and then sawing the logs in half. The morning of day 8 was spent boarding up more of the windows with the logs that I collected on the previous day. I then ventured out north of the police station to find gas for one of my cars so I could begin exploring farther distances. One of the cars did end up having gasoline in it, so I was able to use a gas can to siphon out the gas from the car. I then took some time to clear out the zombies that were hoarded around the church so I could head more north to find more cars and hopefully better loot. In the kitchen north of the church, I was able to find a large amount of food, and a car in the parking lot had more gasoline for me to siphon. The trunk of this car also contained a large amount of weapons and tools. When I returned, I was able to add the gasoline into the fire truck so I can now go on some adventures. I then spent most of day 9 adding some extra defenses to my base with the logs that I had farmed earlier. I then spent the rest of day 9 reading and catching up on more skill books. On day 10, I spent the whole day reading and catching up on all of the skill books that I could. So far, this run has gone very well, and plan on seeing another video of day 10 through 30 next week. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button.